In this video, you're gonna learn how to become a better middle. Let's get started. First things first, you need to understand your objective as a middle attacker. Your objective is to punish the opposition. It's that simple. Punish the opposition. Now you can do that directly and indirectly. Let's first talk about how you can punish the opposition directly. To be an effective middle attacker, you need to learn how to hit different attacks. I see so many middles get blocked because they only know one thing: hit as hard as possible. When your only tool is hit as hard as possible, the only thing your opposition middle needs to do to block you is put their hands in the air. When you learn how to do different angles, that's when you start to become a better middle. So instead of just hitting straight down the middle, you need to learn how to hit angles. Both angles. That'll improve your game by a lot. But that's just the beginning. Those are the ways you hit the ball. Now you need to improve what type of sets you can get given. Now those sets can range from slow ones to quicks, to away from the setter, to quicks behind the setter, even slides. To be a punisher, you need to be able to know what attack to do at the right time. Learn how to hit angles first, then start learning how to hit different tempo attacks. Let's talk about blocking. Middle blockers are usually really tall. And that's so they can block multiple things. People don't realize, but the reason why a tall blocker is better than a short blocker is because even if they do get baited into a middle attack, they've still got time to go all the way out. Tall blockers can jump a little bit, not go into you, come out this way and block with your outside. Short blockers, usually, even if they can get to the same height as the middle blocker, are in the air for much longer. They're fully committed. By the time they're back down, the set's already gone. So that's why coaches like to choose middle blockers that are tall. But to be a middle blocker, your objective is the most important thing. You are here to punish the other team. So you don't need to be tall to be a middle blocker. Look at Haikyuu. It's a little bit unrealistic sometimes, but Hinata's a middle blocker and he's a little shorty. He's really effective because he punishes the other team. To be a punishing middle blocker, you need to be able to read the ball, the setter, and the set. I see a lot of middle blockers, they wait until the setter sets the ball until they react. No, you should be gathering information. How's that ball for the setter to set? Is it off the net? Is it on the net? How many options do they have? If it's a shank and the setter's going all the way out there, the middle's probably not an option. Low chance. So you need to start doing a bit of mathematics. Who's next? Who does that setter usually set in those scenarios? You're not only punishing the hitters, you're punishing the setter. If the setter's all the way back here, trying to set a ball like this, where's their option? Their option's that spiker over there. If setters could set this way, they would all the time. But as a middle blocker, you know that. Middle's out of action, there's usually only one option. They're going this way. Punish the setter and the spiker by kill blocking their butts. We've talked about directly punishing the opposition. Let's talk about how you can indirectly punish the opposition. My biggest thing I teach my middle blockers is they need to run every single time. If they're not punishing anyone. They're punishing their own team. Because usually when you have a middle always running, the opposition middle is never sure whether they should block the middle or block the outsides. You're usually stuck in a bit of a stalemate. As soon as you leave the fight and have a breather, you've just taken away your advantage as a team, and now your outside attackers are probably going to get kill blocked, double blocked. The way you indirectly punish that team is by always running for a spike. Because if you're always here, they never know if you're going to hit it or not. And when they slip up, bang! You are the punisher. You bring the pain. And you also make it a lot easier for your outside hitters. One of your main objectives as an attacker is to make sure your outside hitters are getting one-on-ones with the opposition block. If you can do that, you're going to win most points in indoor volleyball. You know Haikyuu, the greatest decoy? Perfect example. Hinata is a punisher. He punishes the middle blocker because he's always running. He also punishes these blockers on the outside because they never know what's gonna happen. If you give up for a breather, I'm not running this one, it's too hard, the only people you're punishing is your own team. The next thing is you need to understand you are a middle. Just like liberos are the defensive specialists, I believe middles are offensive specialists. They are all about attacking. They don't want to pass, they don't want to set, they want to attack. Just like liberos, they don't want to set, they don't want to hit, they want to pass, they want to defend. That doesn't mean they don't set, that just means they want to be able to pass perfectly for their setter. If you see a ball perfectly coming down for a set, is that your ball? No, it's not. No, it's not. And do not go for that ball. You know what you should be doing? Getting ready to attack, because you are an attacking specialist. So when you do see a ball coming down, it's so juicy you could eat it. You're not going for a set, you're an attacker. You're transitioning back, letting your setter get in there, and then going for the attack. You're a middle, you're an attacker. But remember, liberos, they're defensive specialists. Sometimes they still set up the attack with a set from back court. That might happen to you as a middle. Sometimes you need to dig the ball. Sometimes it comes off the net, touches, and you need to pass it. So yes, you are an offensive specialist, but at some extreme cases, you will have to set, you will have to pass. So be ready for that. You're not just a hitter. Make sure all your other skills are at least average so you can deal with the extraordinary circumstances. Now, I'm gonna share with you a middle's strongest weapon. It's not a quick, it's not a slide, it's not a kill block, it's the threat. Just like I was talking to you before about running every single time to make sure that middle block is sticking on you, you're also running because your biggest weapon is the threat of a middle attacker. This works even better if you can spike a ball hard. If you can show them at least once that you can kill a ball, like go crazy, the threat of killing a ball from the middle as a bounce attack is way scarier than anything else. The threat is, it keeps people on high alert, and then when you do bounce the ball in game, woo, it's not only a point, it absolutely demoralizes the other team. No block, 100% bounce. It's freaking hype, bro. To have your strongest weapon, you always need to be running. Keep that in mind. Hey guys, these are a few tips on becoming a better middle attacker. If they helped at all, please tell me down below that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the video, consider liking it. If you want to support this channel, consider becoming a member. You'll have access to these cool emojis. You'll also be supporting me and making this a full-time job, which I would love, because I love coaching. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I may not get around to all of them, but we're a learning and helpful community. I'm sure someone will be there to help you out. You get better with your practice, so go practice being a middle. CoachArtie! I wonder how good the CoachArtie symbol would be as a block. CoachArtie! CoachArtie! CoachArtie!